Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Taylor Nicholston and welcome back to my beauty space. So today I did this super pretty summer date night makeup look. This is kind of a twist on the usual like bronze summer makeup look. I also want to do a bronzed one, but I figured I would do this one first. It's just very simple, super neutral eyes, smoked out liner with some lashes, and then a bold lip. So if you guys like this video and you want to see how I got it, then please keep watching. So to begin this look, I'm going in with some concealer, and I'm just going to go ahead and prime my eyelids. I always use concealer to prime my eyelids just because my eyelids are very discolored and you can see my veins, and I always recommend this tip to everyone who has discolored eyelids like me. It really helps cancel out the discoloration and it makes your eyeshadows look so much better. So after I get that patted in with my finger, I am going in with my translucent face powder, and I'm just going to go ahead and set that down. And now to start with the eyes, I'm going in with this Jaclyn Hill palette. She collaborated with Morphe to make this palette. And I'm going in with the third and fourth shade. I can't remember the names of the shades in this palette. It doesn't have it on it anywhere, so I'll have to look it up. But everything will be listed in the description box below if you guys are curious. So I am taking these two colors and I am putting this right in my transition area. I love these two colors just because they're like the perfect transition shades for me. Like you can honestly barely see them against my skin, but it just kind of helps out to have that color there. So there is just a little bit of a difference and something for the other brighter shadows to blend out into. I always like to start with a transition shade just because I feel like it makes everything go by so much easier, and honestly in the end it saves you time because you're not blending as much with the harsher, more colorful pigmented colors. Next I'm going in with this beautiful light mustardy color from the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm taking on that same brush and I'm doing the exact same thing with this color. I just wanted to warm up the area just a little bit, just to add a little something else. Then I'm going in with the color right beside of it. It is just a little bit darker and just a little bit warmer. So I am taking this on a little Ecotools crease brush, and I am just putting this right into the crease, and I am blending it up the less product that I get on my brush. I want this look to be like super simple, so we are really focusing on the more neutral, warm colors in this palette. And as you can see, I am packing this color on just a few times just so you can see it and so everything is nice and warm. And next I'm going in with this beautiful like Pukey brown color. It's just, I'm in love with Pukey brown colors. I always talk about this color because I use it so much, but it's literally like my favorite. So I am taking this and a little Real Techniques tapered brush, and I am just putting this directly into the crease, just a little bit more precise than we put that last shade. I am wanting to use this color to really define the crease area and give my eyes a little bit more depth and make everything just a little bit more smoky and a little bit warmer. And then once I get that to the depth that I want, I will just go back in with that big fluffy brush, and I'm just kind of switching between that Creamscicle shade and the first two shades that we use, the transition colors. I'm just switching between all three of those and just really blending and making sure that everything is super blown out and I have no harsh lines. And for the lid, I'm going in with this I guess it's LOC or Lock. I'm not really sure. I've never heard of this brand, but I got this in my Birchbox, so I wanted to try it, and it's so pretty. This is just the most pretty little pink champagne just shimmer stick, but the only thing that I had a problem with is it's not very creamy. Like, whenever I put it on my eyes, as you can see, I tried to blend it out with my fingers and it just kind of wasn't going anywhere, which, I mean, I guess that's kind of a good thing because it did not move all day long, but this is not one of those shadow sticks that you can blend out. You really have to be precise with this and make sure that you are putting it everywhere that you want, because this stuff does not blend out at all. And as you can see, I'm putting this on my whole entire eyelid. Like, inner corner to outer corner, my whole eyelid. And now I'm just going back in with that little Real Techniques brush, and I'm picking up some more of that Pukey shade, and I am just running this right along the edges of this eyeshadow, just because I felt like it looked a little bit harsh where the shadow just kind of stopped and didn't blend into my crease. So I wanted to kind of blend out the edges just a little bit without taking away the pigmentation of this little shimmer stick. And I am going in quite a few times with this shade just because I really wanted you to be able to see this Pukey color. I wanted this to be like the main focus in the crease, and also I felt like I lost a lot of depth whenever I put that shimmer all over the lid, so I wanted to bring some depth back into the eyes and just make everything look a lot more put together and a lot more professional. And then of course I went back in with that big fluffy brush and those transition shades, and I just blended some more at those just to make sure that everything was nice and blown out. And then I did take some more of this little shimmer stick and I just applied a little bit more to the very middle of the lid. I did not do it all the way across the lid this time. I just reapplied it in the middle just so that that part would be super pigmented and it would kind of make like a really natural looking halo eye. So after I get that shadow stick on and as pigmented as I want it, I'm going in with this Kajal eye pencil from Essence, and I am just creating a really thin line at the base of my lashes, and I am just going to go ahead and wing this out a little bit. And I am taking it from inner corner to outer corner. I am not trying to be too precise with this, and it doesn't have to look like great and perfect. It can look a little bit messy because we are going to go right back over with some black eyeshadow here in just a second. So I'm kind of just laying down the base for that shadow with this little eyeliner so that the black will be nice and pigmented and it'll have something to stick to. Then I'm going in with the black shade from the Jaclyn Morphe palette, and I love this black. It is so pigmented and so dark. And I'm taking this little liner smudge brush from Ecotools, and I'm just picking up that black shade, and I am literally just smudging this shade all over where the eyeliner is. And as you can see on the places where the eyeliner was a little choppy and a little messed up, this really just evens it out and makes the eyeliner just look super smoky and just super pretty and sultry. I wanted to go for a smudged outliner instead of just like a regular winged liner, just because I feel like this is a little bit more soft and a little bit more like date night appropriate. So now I'm trying out the new Huda Beauty primer. This is the I can't remember the name of this primer. It's like the Face Perfecting Primer, something like that. I don't know. Everything will be linked in the description box below if you guys want to look at it or check it out. So I am just applying this all over my face, and I really, really loved this primer. It was like really tacky on my skin, and I love tacky primers just because I feel like my foundation sticks on them a lot better. However, it did have a very weird smell. Y'all know me. I'm always smelling my makeup. I've been holding on to this primer and foundation samples for a little bit. They came with one of my birthday presents, and I've just been trying to wait to like try them out or whatever. So I figured I would do it today, and like I really like the foundation as well. It gave me super full coverage. It matched really well, and it wasn't cakey. It was super easy to blend out and all that. But also, the foundation smells like the primer does, and like I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like vanilla, but it's like something is mixed in with it, and I can't figure out what it is, but it's okay. It doesn't smell bad. Whenever I was applying it, I did keep smelling it, like where I applied it to my nose, I did keep smelling the foundation, but throughout the day it kind of like faded away, so that's okay with me. As long as I'm not smelling it like constantly all day, I really don't mind. But as you can see, this foundation is super beautiful on the skin, and especially paired with the matching primer. I just feel like my skin looked really good on this day, and honestly, I might have to purchase this primer and foundation because it seems like really, really good. And as always, I am making sure to blend my foundation down my neck, on my jawline, and around the hairline. Then for concealer, I am actually taking the lighter foundation shade of the samples that I got. And also, I don't remember the names of the shades that I used, but they are all going to be linked in the description box below as well, along with everything else. So I am just using the lightest shade as kind of like a concealer slash highlighter. I am just taking this and putting it underneath the eyes, on the chin, nose, cupid's bow, and forehead, just to lighten up those areas and make them really bright and awake looking. And I was a little scared to use this this foundation as a concealer, just because it was kind of like, was very thick, and I did not know how it was going to work underneath my eyes, if it was going to get cakey or anything, but it actually did not. I actually really, really liked putting this foundation underneath my eyes and kind of like around the face as a concealer, because this foundation is super full coverage, but it did not look cakey underneath my eyes. It didn't start creasing right away or anything. It actually worked really, really well, and I was super surprised. So once I get the concealer applied, I am then just going in with this little itty bitty Real Techniques Miracle Eraser Sponge. And I am using this just because it is smaller and I've already done my eye makeup. So using a small little sponge like this really helps you control where the product goes so that you do not mess up your eye makeup. And as you can see, I really am taking my time with this just to make sure that I don't mess my wing up or mess up any of the eyeshadow. Now I am taking some more of my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This is the same powder that we use to set the eyelids to prep for eyeshadow, and this is just in the shade 10 Light. I am picking this up on this little Miracle Eraser Sponge, and I am just putting this directly underneath the eyes. I'm really pushing it down into the skin just so that the product is very set down and it does not move. Then I am taking this Makeup Revolution banana powder, and I am just going to go ahead and take this on my Ecotools full powder brush and set the rest of my face. I use this banana powder because it's a little bit darker, a little bit more yellow, whereas a translucent powder or like a really light white powder would make my face look a little bit more white, and this just kind of helps set my skin without adding much more coverage. And once all of that is sat down, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my bronzer. I'm going in with these Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And I'm using my little sample size today because my big one has been broken for a little bit and I don't feel like getting another one, so I just decided to use my little one today. I love this bronzer. I feel like it's super complimentary to like most skin tones, and it can be used as a bronzer or as a contour, and I just think that's really awesome because most bronzers are too orange and too warm toned to be used as a contour, and vice versa. So I am taking this and I'm putting it around the cheekbones, and I'm going around the hairline and around the temples just to bring some life back into those areas. I always like to bronze my forehead and temples just because it adds a little bit more dimension and a little color to the face. And then I did put some more bronzer around the jawline and a little bit on the chin because my chin was looking really white. I honestly just put bronzer wherever I look too pale. So for blush, I'm going in with this Lorac blush in the shade Prism. And I am taking it on this Benefit Hula... Why did I say it like that? Hula. The Hula bronzing brush, and I'm just putting this all over the cheeks. I'm starting at the back of the cheeks, and then I'm working my way forwards. And then, of course, I had to go back in with my powder brush and blend around to make sure there were no harsh lines. And then for highlighter, I'm going in with the Maybelline Master Chrome highlight in the shade Rose Molten Gold. And I'm taking it on this little brush I got from Marshall's. The brand is called Mac Studio, and I'm pretty sure this is like a setting brush, but I can't find it anywhere. Like, I have looked up everything online, like setting brushes, highlighting brushes, all of that, but I cannot find it. So, you know, just find one that looks like it if you want a brush like this, I guess. I know like Anastasia has like a brush that looks similar to this, and honestly a lot of brands have brushes that look similar to this. I just really like them for applying highlight. I think they apply it really pigmented and really distributed. So I am taking this highlighter and putting it all over the face on all of the high points, and I am not going light-handed. Since we're doing just like a little bit on the eyes, I did want my skin to be like really full coverage and really glam. And then I did go back in with my powder brush one more time just to make sure that my highlight was nice and blended out. And then I'm going with this Eyeshadow Skinny Eyeliner Pencil, and I am just kind of like cleaning up the outer edge of the liner. I am not going all the way in and like making the whole line super defined. I am just doing the very, like the tail end. And then I'm moving on to the lower lash line. I'm going in with a shade Pukey from the Jaclyn Hill palette, that same color that we used in the crease. And I am just going to go ahead and apply this really close to the lash line. Then I will go in with that Real Techniques brush, and I mix Pukey and Creamscicle, and I'm just blending that out. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to my brows, and I'm going to skip through this really quickly because you guys have seen my brows a lot. If anybody wants like an in-depth tutorial on how I do my eyebrows, then comment below and let me know, and I will definitely do that for you. But for now, I am just going to speed through this part. So now that our eyebrows are done, I'm going in with lashes. These are the Ardell Faux Mink Wispies. They are super pretty and very flared out on the edges, as you can see. And while I'm like waiting for my lash glue and stuff to dry, I'm just going to go ahead and put my lipstick on. I'm using this lip paint from Tarte in the shade Rose. And then this is the finished eyes. Actually, just kidding. To finish off the eyes, I went in with this little Mally Eye Amplifying Shadow Stick. And I tried to get it on camera, but I couldn't. So I just cut the footage out. But it's like a really pretty gold shimmery shade. And now I am just taking a little Ecotools brush in that same highlighter that we used on the face. And I'm going to go ahead and put this right underneath the brow bone. I am layering it up a few times so I'll be nice and glowing. But I am not bringing this all the way in on the eyebrow bone. I am just doing right on top of the highest point of the brow bone. Just right underneath the arch of the brow. No further, no less. Just right there. And then I will also take this highlighter and I will go ahead and highlight the inner corners of my eyes, making them nice and bright. And now I'm going in with this clear lash and brow mascara from e.l.f. And I'm just going to go ahead and set my brows. I am just brushing them into place. And now for the last finishing touch, I'm going in with this Vivid Matte Liquid Lipstick from Maybelline. And I am just going to go ahead and put this all over the lips. This is a beautiful fuchsia pink shade. And I love the way that this complemented the eye look. I just felt like it was very balanced between the two. And it just looked really good. Okay everyone, so this is my finished look. I think it is super pretty and super fun. It's very easy to create, but it's super sultry and super flirty. I think that the lashes really help out with this effect just because they're like super like wispy and kind of like flared out on the edges, so it makes your eyes super sultry and just very like sexy and smoldering. Like I said earlier, I do want to do like a bronze date night kind of look, but for now I figured I would do this one. Super simple, super easy to do. So if you guys liked this video and you want to see more like it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell so that you never miss any of my videos, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks everyone, bye!